Hello YouTube, this is Omid here with another episode of Wargame Airland Battle. So in the last episode I believe it cut out early due to lack of recording space. I apologise, but I ended up winning the battle and I'm moving on to the next part again. So we've had two conflicts that I was arranging, one with each of my battle groups, but unfortunately halfway through it the whole game crashed and didn't save. So I'm having to play through the first battle again. As you can see here, it's all very annoying, but I can't really do anything about it, so we're just going to have to struggle on. So, this episode I have to kill 2,000 points worth of units to achieve victory, and I personally don't think this is a likely occurrence, primarily because my deck is filled with useless units. For example, we don't have any good anti-tank infantry. The Royal Marines are the only infantry we can deploy. We don't have any decent anti-aircraft defences. All we have are these rapier missiles which have terrible range. I don't care what that thing says, their range is appalling. We don't have any tanks whatsoever. We don't have any helicopter gunships, and you know, we're basically down to very few units. So that's going to cause a bit of a problem. So at this moment I don't think that a victory will be achievable, but we're going to go for one anyway. So what we're going to do is a bit of an eccentric strategy. We're just going to go for our major artillery. We're just going to be going to do as much damage to the enemy as possible. So here's the plan. We're going to get a recon unit here to cover these bridges, and a squad of Royal Marines to hide it out in that town. And then the rest of the task force will go around and start fighting around U.S.S.R. Air support will be covered by these two Sea Harriers. Recon from this rover Pinky. If I can set it down. Doesn't like me deploying this. Oh, yeah, the rover Pinky's that's the problem. Okay. I have to go with the scimitar. So the plan is relatively straightforward. This is going to be a indirect war because I don't have any tanks. I can't really engage the Soviet Union head on. So what I'm going to do is try and get recon units close to their battle groups, and then use my heavy artillery to just pound it to the ground, and hopefully that'll work. These guys are more of a defensive precaution, because when you think about it, they have a lot more points than I have. They have a lot better units than I'll be able to field. This battle probably won't end in a victory. I can't imagine getting 2,000 points worth of kills, but I'm going to do my best. And basically I'm just going to try and punish them as possible. I think it's more about survival in this battle, trying to keep as many of my units as alive as possible. So this will probably be the first draw of the series, but again, let's stay optimistic. We've got a lot of artillery. You can be quite you don't have to be careful with it. We've got enough FOBs to keep them supplied for 20 minutes, so let's see how this goes. In terms of vehicles, I'm going to be buying the Striker, and that's pretty much it. So on the scimitar to be getting, we're going to be attacking U.S.S.R for the most part. My thinking is that if, I know, we could actually just go, I'm going to test how powerful this artillery really is. It's accurate enough, I'll give it that. I'm going to start spamming U.S.S.R. If we can knock out the CV, that'll be nice, because it denies them of an air corridor. And it's one of the two zones they've secured. Oh wait, no, they've got Gaul. So here comes the artillery raining down. So here come the shells. Let's just fire 2 volleys before we move on to the next sector. I'm pretty sure any command vehicle wouldn't be able to survive 2 volleys of fire without routing. So the Royal Marines are going to take cover in here. Pinsguard, they're just going to be a sort of early warning system. I'm actually gonna get a Gazelle reconnaissance helicopter. It'll probably be good at spotting stuff, but again, don't know how sophisticated their anti-aircraft defense systems are gonna be.
Artillery and target.
I'm guessing that they'd put the command keep somewhere near forests, just for cover.
Roger that, fire.
So now the Gazelle's coming in so we can see what's around Gothenburg. The artillery in this game is a lot more accurate than in Wargame European Escalation. I mean, I don't have line of sight, but I'm firing some pretty narrow zones, if you know what I mean. That range is, you know, pretty narrow considering the fact I don't have any aim on it. Obviously, it increases the closer I get to range, but still, it's a pretty tight circle. And if I can get the Gazelle close enough to spot units, this artillery should be able to point anything but the heaviest and most experienced of enemy units. Like their artillery. Let's start off. I wanted to have a gradual attack because I don't want to be flying too close to their units. I'm going to be bringing in some Royal Marines. Alright, so they've got 2 Amaskia artillery units. I've got 12 Abbots. Oh yeah, look at that. Gazelle seems to have lost sight of them. It's been a short barrage. I'm gonna tell him to change his altitude. Oh, there's motor stalking in the... I think the artillery could do with a bit of fire on those guys. I want my Royal Marines in there to start to lay some ambushes if the enemy counterattack from Gothenburg. So I want this guy flying as high as possible because he can see stuff. You see, he can't see the... I don't know, the recon or helicopters in general fly as low to the ground as possible by default to avoid being seen, but that means that they usually have a broken line of sight or recon. So you usually have to tell them to specifically the change altitude command makes them fly higher, which means I can see this stuff. Makes them more visible, but it means that the Abbott artillery can direct fire upon them. See, at the moment the artillery is panicked, so I don't really have to worry about it because its spread will probably be quite big. And these motor stocky, normally entrenched infantry are hard to deal with, but a concentrated barrage of 12 guns, well, it does a lot of morale damage even to the toughest of units usually. What are these guys? Only 1 veteran scene, they're already panicked. Maybe the Royal Marines don't have any faster transports. Only a road speed of 110. The FOBs, well, they're being drained very efficiently. Got a lot of artillery guns firing, but bringing in Royal Marines, but they're about the only thing that will be effective. The strikers only have this tiny amount of experience. It probably won't be enough. Depends how much tank firepower the Soviets throw upon us. 7 minutes in, we haven't got a single kill yet. Hopefully we can kill the Amaskas with this barrage. What's the health like? Ooh, it's very low. There's 1 down. And there's the second. Right. Let's get the Gazelle to fly a bit closer. These guys are almost run out of cannon. Motor Shock are looking in a bad way. No. Now that the Royal Marines are here. I'm going to be careful because anything could be in these woods. Worst threat would probably be infantry armed with anti-aircraft missiles.
What is it you want now?
Because the Gazelle's a delicate helicopter and infantry in forest terrains like a buck. Okay, that is a priority there. See, it gets one shot of the Gazelle and the Gazelle couldn't see it until it was in range.
What is it you want now?
But I saw where it was, so even if I don't actually have line of sight on it to direct the artillery fire, I know where the unit is. And get the pins guarders out of there. Nope, too late. Wow, these motor strike are good. Either that or the Royal Marines are bad. I mean, these guys have been shelled. Hell, and the Royal Marines can't take them. I'm gonna buy a few logistics trucks and some more Royal Marines. See, these guys are higher level of experience, but I guess the motor strike are just better fighters.
We're ready to put the hammer down on them, sir. Why do I have the feeling
I'm gonna try and get the.
you're about to put our
Okay. Hopefully, if I can get the Royal Marines in this cover, they might fare better against these guys.
Why do I have the feeling that you're about to put our lives at risk?
Try and get into the cover. There's another bit battery. Oh, no, they're bringing their artillery. Looks like it's coming from Gull. These Royal Marines can't do anything. Oh my goodness, and the motor strike are coming down as well. I have to reprioritize artillery fire. There goes the scimitar. I actually told him to go across the bridge if I remember correctly, but he did not.